Spring has sprung, so they say. The grass is green, or at least supposed to be green, and the sun is out, at least in most parts of the country. But parts of Tshwane are having a very dry start to the season due to the water cuts that they've been experiencing. And as can be expected, the blame game between the municipality and the bulk water supplier, Rand Water, continues. Rand Water says all is well on its end and the disruptions are as a result of increased demand. Let's bring in the City of Tshwane's MMC for Utilities, Mr. Themba Fosi. Baba Fosi, a very good morning to you. So what exactly is the problem here? Tshwane not having water and some residents complaining that even if the water is coming out, it's literally just dripping out of those taps. What is the situation?
Thank you, Tammy. First of all, is that the impasse between the City of Tshwane and Rand Water has been sorted out yesterday. We had a session with the Minister of Water and Sanitation, the Deputy Minister, the entourage from the Rand Water and City of Tshwane to iron out better communication and way to work together with our technical teams. The issue previously was on the basis of water pressure coming in from Rand Water towards the City of Tshwane. We did not have enough pressure for us to be able to fill our reservoirs. One. Two is that the high-lying areas had depleted reservoirs, which we didn't have much pressure to be able to supply our residents.
The answer of not adequate pressure is one that has been given to the residents of Pretoria. And it's one that the residents say that they don't understand. So what do you mean? What are the causes for this inadequate pressure? And what are you going to do about it?
Okay, as I speak to you, yesterday we had that meeting where both our technical teams have managed to synergize with each other to assist us. We have resolved that instead of saying it is a City of Tshwane problem or a Rand Water problem, we've resolved that it should be our problem. Everybody should be hands on deck to be able to sort out the problem. Under normal circumstances, the pressure that we get from the bulk supply of Rand Water, it's over 10 bar. Yesterday and Sunday and Saturday, we are getting about 4.6 bar, which is not enough and adequate to be able to supply to the high-lying areas of our city, and especially the reservoirs that are in the Region 6, which is Klaperkop and Karina. They couldn't fill up as a result of not enough pressure from the Rwanda water supply.
What are the things that you're going to put in place to help mitigate this situation? I mean, you will remember that August was a time where we saw the residents protesting against this. What are you going to do to ensure that this does not become habitual?
First thing is, as I mentioned earlier, is that one, we would be able to consolidate both our teams so that it cannot be a City of Tshwane problem, it is a Rand Water problem. That is now step number one. Step number two is that whenever Rand Water has issues, they need to communicate prior so that we can be able to take mitigating steps. One being to throttle our reservoirs to our residents, or even cascade this information to our residents and tell them that currently Rand Water has an issue and they're working on it, and then use water sparingly and so forth. Use water only when there's a need. Don't water your garden, etc., up until the problem is sorted out. It is a fact that we are using over what has been allocated to us as the City of Tshwane. However, there's steps that we are drafting now to make sure that we curb all the water losses in the city that are emanating as a result of water leaks and over usage of water in our areas. We will have projects where we will be informing our residents to use water wisely, and instances where we're educating our people to say that the importance of saving water is that we have one, to a great extent, over and above what has been allocated to us, used excessively the allocation. So we need to tone down and the 30% water loss that we have in the city.
Over the weekend, large parts of the city did not have access to water. Has that situation now been remedied?
Yes, the situation has been remedied. The telemetry levels of our reservoirs is now healthy. The numbers are getting up. We are over 50% in most of our reservoirs, and it is showing a trajectory of water coming through at a very large scale. So we are actually happy now.
Apart from the availability of water, there also have been complaints about some brown, dirty water actually coming out of the taps. What is the quality of the water that the residents of the city are actually getting now?
I remember when the reservoir dries out, there's sedimentation at the bottom. That is just normal, but the water quality is of a normal standard. Remember, the water that we're getting from rainwater is already purified. So it is just, we are just storing and then obviously sharing to our residents. But the dust, or is that it's just sedimentation from the bottom of the reservoirs.
Mr. Themba Fosi there, thank you very much for your time. Mr. Fosi saying that this is not a City of Cape Town issue, it's not a Rand water issue, but following their meeting that they had yesterday, they're going to take collective blame and collective responsibility in ensuring that the residents of the city of Tshwane not only get water, but get clean water.